Nic-kelo-deo.
I don't care about God.
Nic-kelo-deo.
I don't care about God.
All right, Shalom. This is Brother Gabar of the Lions Den Camp, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. First and foremost, before I hop into this lesson, I want to give all praises to the Most High in the true Paleo-Hebrew names and in the Paleo-Hebrew tone. So, Kal Halayim, Le Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Ha, Rakach, Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder as well, Harawan. And Shalom to you brothers and sisters, pushing and keeping this truth and faith and sincerity until the end, man. All right. And Salakia in advance, I'm a little under the weather, so my speech is not, as it would normally be. But as you can see from the clips that I put before this lesson, man, the kids, the children's TV channel, our TV network called Nic-kelo-deo, if you remove the N off of the end of Nickelodeon, you get Nic-kelo-deo, which in Latin means I don't care about God. And this is a quick lesson I wanted to do on how, Esau just plays in the face of our people, man. They do these subliminal things and push these subliminal messages, and laugh about it, glory in it, right? But it just shows you, man, that this place is literally ruled by the wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? The TV shows, the movies, the entertainment, to the food, to the hospitals, the medicine, to every aspect of this kingdom, man, is wicked, man. When you get to the root of it, So I just wanted to pull a couple precepts out on this topic because how many children, grew up watching Nickelodeon. I know I did. Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, all these things, right? And how many children in the truth, may watch Nickelodeon. You never know, man. And just Esau, playing in the face of our people, man. So I just wanted to get a few scriptures, right? So the first one is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24, and it says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Man, right? So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. The wicked being the nation of Edom, man, the so-called Caucasian race. They are clearly ruling the earth right now, man. All right, and it says, "The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?" Man, right? And they covered the faces of the judges thereof during the Renaissance period. And Renaissance meaning rebirth, I believe. But during the Renaissance period, they covered the images and the faces of the judges and the prophets, and ultimately the Lord, Yahweh Shai, man, who is a so-called black man, with white woolly hair, man, with skin of bronze or brass, Salakia, as if it burnt in a furnace, right? But during that period, they covered the faces, of the Lord. They covered the face of the Lord, I should say, Salakia, right? And turned him to a Edomite, man, with blonde hair and blue eyes, right? Changed the images of the people of the Bible, the Israelites. Every movie or TV show you watch that's about the Bible, man, and the Israelites are portrayed as Edomites, so-called Caucasians, man. All the heroes and the prophets of the Bible, man. Go up on Google, look up, man, you go on Google, you look up Samson wrestling a lion. It's a dang Edomite, man, wrestling a lion, So, point being, man, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. They have, through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, they have power to rule this world as they see fit, which is in wickedness, man. Everything they put their hand on, everything they touch, man, is wicked, And let me get the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 4, and it says, "The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. God, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, is not in all his thoughts," man. Right? So it says the wicked, again, Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, these other nations as well, and also 2/3 of our people, But for the point of this lesson, man, that wicked man Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, it says, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts, man. And the Bishop Kanaka, this camp said it best. A person, our nation in rulership, what I'm saying, who has that power seat, they're going to be less likely to believe in the Lord, because according to their minds and their own hearts, they feel like they have received this power and this status and this seat of rulership through their own hand, Not, and that's a foolish and ignorant thought process, because clearly the scriptures tell you, man, that the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. It's the Lord who setteth up high and bringeth down low, man. And in Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So it's ultimately the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, who put them in this position to be able to rule in wickedness, man. But it says the wicked, through the pride of his countenance, his pride, will not seek after Yahweh, man. These people despise the Lord, just like 2/3 of our people, because they follow after Esau, But the so-called Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, ruling here in America, they despise the Lord. They don't seek after the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And even with these false religions, Christianity, Catholicism, Jehovah's Witness, all of these things, they'll claim that to be seeking after the Lord, but it's not, man. It's all vanity and wickedness, because, those are false religions, worshiping false gods, right? And it says, through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts, man. And you can clearly see, because they'll put subliminal messages in children's TV networks, man, that literally say, I don't care about God. That's a person in a nation of people who God is not in all their thoughts, man. That's clearly a nation of people who will not seek after the Lord, to say I don't care about God. And even that is a foolish statement, man, because if you truly understood the Lord's power, and what he can do and what he is about to do to this place, you would care about that, if you were a spiritual person, but, Esau was not blessed with the spirit, man. He was blessed with carnality, with the sword, so this is a nation of people that blatantly does not care about God, man. You could look all around their kingdom. You could look all around this captivity, man. It's clear that Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, does not care about God, as well as 2/3 of our people in these other nations. But again, for the point of this lesson, focusing on Esau, man. All right. And I wanted to move on into 2 Thessalonians chapter 3. Hey, I was right. Chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, so it says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come. And the day that it's speaking of is the day of the Lord, man, the day of vengeance, the day of judgment, right? It says, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. All right, and that man of sin is and has been revealed already, man, is Esau, the so-called Caucasian race, man. Right? They're the most wicked nation on the planet. Wicked nation on the earth, man. They have been revealed. It is known. It is thousands, if not millions, of lessons on YouTube, on social media, man. Pointing the finger at the wicked Esau, the so-called Caucasian race. And it says, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he, as God, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God, man. Right? Man, so, a nation of people, who exalted themselves as God, as a supreme power, is not going to care about Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Because again, man, they believe that they have the power, they got the money, they got the resources, they got the businesses, they have the assets, they have the control of the media, they have control of the food, and so on and so forth, man. A nation of people who is ruling, you know what I'm saying? Again, they're not gonna care about the Lord, man. Just like Pharaoh, you know, Egypt, you know, was a so-called a great nation, a great kingdom. Pharaoh was a so-called, a great ruler. You know, he was in power. You know, how many times did the Lord command Moses to go tell Pharaoh, let my people go, man? You know, over and over again. And you can clearly see that the Pharaoh of Egypt, of ancient Egypt, man, you know, he did not care about the Lord until the Lord started judging him and his kingdom, man, judging the Egyptians, you know. And that's the same thing what's going to happen with Esau, man. You know, they don't care about the Lord until these prophecies, you know, start playing off. Ultimately, America being destroyed by 200 million nuclear missiles, man, in the midst of World War III. You know, then they're going to care about the Lord, you know, because, man, their heart's going to be in fear. You know, they're going to be in terrible case, you know. But, Khan, we'll move on to the book of Obadiah. You know, in the book of Obadiah, man, this whole book is concerning the nation of Edom, man, the so-called Caucasian race, you know. But for the point, I'm going to hop down to verse 3 and verse 4, and it says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, man? All right, so the pride of their heart deceives them, man. Again, just going back into how, man, Esau, they believe gain is godliness, man. So they think, you know, just because they're in this so-called exalted position to where they can rule, you know, in wickedness and so on and so forth, man. You know, they think that's by their own hand. But that's literally the Lord just setting them up to knock them down, man. Again, just like Pharaoh, the Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, man. You know, it says, the pride in thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. You know, because Esau used to dwell in caves, man. Salaki. Background noise. But Khan, man, it says, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, man? And that's how Esau thinks, man. You know, they think America and this kingdom is gonna go on forever. You know, they think that they're gonna be in this high seat, you know, on this pedestal forever. But it's only for a period of time. You know, again, just like Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, man. Hey, let me try to find that scripture real quick. But Khan, man, you know, Esau is gonna be brought low, man, by the power of Yahweh Shemi Hawashah. You know, but it's verse 3, it says, who shall bring me down to the ground? You know, that's what they say up in their hearts, man. And I found that scripture. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 9 and verse 16, and it says, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, that my name may be declared throughout all the earth, man. You know, and that was towards the Pharaoh, man, of ancient Egypt. It says, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up. So it's the Lord who rose up Pharaoh, man. It's the Lord who rose up Esau, man. You know, and these Edomites, you know, in America and in Europe to be in these positions of power. It's the Lord who's done these things. And it says, and in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power. Right? So the Lord raised these nations up just to show his power, man, when he knocks them down, you know, when he brings them down low, you know, sits them in the dust, man. And it says, for to show in thee my power, and that my name may be declared throughout all of the earth. Right? Because, man, when it's all said and done, man, all glory is going to be unto Yahweh Shemi Hawashah, man. You know, because all these nations on the earth and 2/3 of our people are going to see that it was the Lord Yahweh Shemi Hawashah who brought Esau down low, man, who destroyed America, this so-called great kingdom, you know, and so on and so forth, man. All right, but back at Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4, it says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, man. You know, an eagle, when it's flying, an eagle rarely so like a eagle rarely has to look up, because the eagle is the predator, man, looking down on everything else, as prey. And that's exactly how Esau is in this exalted position, man. Then that high seat looking down, man, primarily on the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just waiting to swoop down and gather the prey, man. And they do the same thing to these other nations as well, but it's primarily towards the children of Israel, God's chosen people. Again, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and it says, uh, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. All right, so man, just like Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, man, the Lord is going to bring these people down, man, and set them in a place, as that base man, that lowly man. They're no longer going to be seen as this great and powerful nation, this great people, man, right? And and this Kingdom America, man, is falling right before our eyes. Esau's wickedness is being exposed left to right, left and right. Salakia, man. Every other day you see something coming out exposing something about Esau's kingdom, man. Whether it be the food and these grocery stores, or the medicine, or the hospitals, or whatever the case may be, man. Something is always coming out exposing Esau, man. In their wickedness. And that's the Lord is doing, destroying them. What's the word? I'll just say destroying them, bringing down their kingdom spiritually first before he does it physically, And man, I just wanted to get those few precepts, because that blew my mind, man. Because I grew up watching shows on Nickelodeon and stuff. When I was younger, SpongeBob used to be one of my favorite shows, and the whole time, man, that word, literally, once you remove that end off the end of Nickelodeon, it means I don't care about God. Esau just blatantly showing his basically just blatantly showing his spirit, man. His wickedness. Man, and that's another thing. I'm doing this lesson as well, for Akim, our sisters who have kids in this truth, who watch that network, Nickelodeon, man. Because a lot of the shows on there, if you really do pay attention, there's a lot of subliminal messages on those shows, man. So it's just something to be mindful of and watchful over, And with that, I'm going to say shalom.